Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been, it's probably really good that we had the bye week after, a very disappointing game on Friday night against Tulsa. And so I think this has been a good time for us, players and coaches to take a good hard look in the mirror, look at the things that we're doing on offense, look at our players and just trying to find, the things that we're doing well and continuing to find more ways to do that. Maybe see the things that aren't going as well as we wanted and maybe move that a little bit to the back burner of everything that's going on. And so I think it was really good going in the bye week and being able to say, hey, here's who we're going to be, going into these, last four games. And, let's really own in on that. And I think our players have done a fantastic job of, fighting through the adversity. And obviously there was. And have done a great job in practice of having the right mentality, the right mindset, and right approach. And it's been going very well. Yeah. Yeah, I think that some of the things we're doing well is, we're making some strides in the passing game. And so I think there were some things that we did well. Obviously we got to eliminate the turnovers and maybe just some mistakes, but I think there's some positive things going in the right direction in that way. I think up front, we're doing a good job, with a few things and, maybe working to get a little bit more of the gap scheme going. I think we've done a good job with some of that stuff. And, that's really what we've been working on going into this week.
Monday, Kate Fortin not likely to play.
Right.
Any deviation from that the last 48 hours?
Yeah, I'll let him talk about it, but I would think so. Yeah.
Also, you pointed out some of the freshmen who've done really well.
Yeah.
Sincere Brown, can you talk about how
Yeah.
improved their stop the last few weeks?
Yeah, Sincere Brown has been a guy that, the defensive coaches, because he had been on the scout team, have said, hey, you guys need to give him a look just because he's been making plays down on that field going against, our good corners and doing some things down there. And so this past week was a good opportunity for him to get some reps, with the ones and the twos and see what he can do. And so he's making some good strides. He's a guy that, we think in the future will be somebody that could be a really good player for us. He's got great length, tall, long, and has good speed to him. And he's got the right mindset going to attack the ball. So, going into these last few games of the year, I think it'd be great to get him some opportunities, get a guy like Brian Batiste some opportunities. And OD is another guy that's done a great job. So it's been good for them. Memphis, I think they do a really good job on defense in a lot of areas. I think they've got some good length and speed to them. I know it's the first year for their defensive system, similar to us. But I think these guys do a good job with their odd front. They're very physical up front, starting with their nose number one. Does a phenomenal job of doing some good things and creating some disruptive plays. So we got to make sure to account for those guys up front and then find a way to make some plays against their secondary.
You mentioned OG a little bit. Just how encouraging is that to see him? I mean, the past two games really.
Yeah.
Very active. What's impressed you about him and also Bryce Miller got involved?
Yeah, I think both of those guys are doing a good job, whenever the ball's in their hands, making some things happen after the catch. I think that's the number one thing that stands out with OD is just his mindset when he gets the ball. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to make somebody miss. He's going to finish physically and finish strong. And that's something that makes you want to give him the ball, whether it's the jet sweeps or perimeter screens, some of that stuff right there. And then he's obviously got great long speed. So he's somebody that we can get the ball to down the field. He just doesn't play like a freshman. He plays like a junior or senior, plays tough, he plays physical, he can handle everything that we're doing. And then Bryce is another guy that does a great job in the slot, finding the open windows in zone, winning versus man, doing a whole bunch of different things. I've been impressed with those two guys, and those are two of the guys that we try to feature the ball to. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, for us, every single game, every single week, we're just trying to find the guy who gives us the best chance to win. And so, whoever's playing the best, based on past performance in games, past performance in practices, that's the guy that we want to give the lead to. So, in this past game, Jordan and Noah both played a good bit. And obviously, Cade had his series as well before getting banged up. And, Jordan and Noah, they both did some good things. They both did some bad things. And so, really, for us, it's an ongoing competition, throughout the week. With whoever we have available. And we're just going to put the guy out there that we believe gives us the best chance to win every week. And, obviously, as you guys have seen, sometimes it's been one guy and sometimes it's been another. So that's just going to continue.
So one of those two guys to start, is it?
I'll let Coach Scott talk about who's starting and some of those. That's above my pay grade. I'm just getting those guys ready to play.
And do you feel like they are? You get more and more ready each week as you have some continuity going.
Yeah.
Working out there with the players. Obviously, you didn't have this spring.
Right.
You do see the comfort level, being elevated to what you would hope at this stage of the season.
Definitely, and obviously we're not where we need to be, but we're continuing to make progress, and that's all we can do. All we can do is get better every single day that we go out there and practice, and find a way to get 1% better, and that's the goal every single day for our guys. And I certainly think that we're seeing that from Jordan, Noah, Cade when he's available, and even Trey Marsh when he's getting back into the mix now, and doing some good things. So those guys are definitely getting more comfortable with everything, and just like to continue to show progress throughout the rest of the year.
You've had young guys like OD, you mentioned a lot of guys making progress. Johnny Ford stepped forward. I mean, how nice has it been that you do have some talent that is kind of showing you some things for the rest of this year and next year?
Definitely, yeah. We got plenty of really good football players on this football team. I believe in our players 100% and everything that we're doing. We just got to continue to work on the execution of some things, and we just got to do a good job of getting our playmakers the ball in space and doing some different things for that. But we certainly have plenty of guys. We just got to continue to work on that execution and nailing down exactly what we're doing.
We just talked to Coach Weis about things that he saw from the offense during the extended break. What did you see out of the defense?
I was saying earlier, it's good to, a couple practices last week just to go more good on good. It's kind of get the competitive juices flowing a little bit more, put the ball down in different situations. So I thought we responded well there, and it gives you time to, work some fundamentals that you kind of haven't had time to work. So entrenched in getting your repetitions in as far as the opponent's offense once the season gets going. So it allowed us some more individual time. Hey, let's do some tackling drills. Let's do some turnover drills. Let's go a little bit more against the offense and inside, things like that. So, yeah, you hope you come out of that just maybe fundamentally better than not. So that was the advantage for us, I think.
Keeping turnovers, just one at a pick in back-to-back games. What have you seen from him, and how pleased are you with his progress?
Yeah, some things some kids just kind of have a knack, for when the ball's in the air, not just kind of trying to do their job and to cover their man. They're going to do that, but then there's some other guys that just have a knack for attacking the ball. The ball's in the air, let's go get it. And you stress it and all, but I think sometimes it's innate in some kids just kind of have that. They're not afraid to go make a play and to go for the ball. So I think he's got that. He's got, hopefully just keeps improving on that, doing his job, eyes on his man, eyes on assignment, and then finishing like that. We need more guys doing that when those opportunities come.
So the difficulty of the veteran player leading the program last week, and Mike Hampton was asked about that on Monday. He seemed to be pretty pleased with how everybody's responded to it. The guys in the secondary stepping up, that next man up mentality seems to have taken over. Just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, just just the entire year of having guys available and not available because of the COVID and the tracing, and all of a sudden the guy snatched from you or his roommate for a couple weeks. So my perspective is that because of that, you kind of dual trained a lot of guys. Not that we have people in the best position based on their trait, but at least assignment wise, you've had, because of that, situations where the next guy can come in, and you've created a little bit of depth assignment wise by guys dual training based on the diversity of what's happened the entire year. Obviously, anytime you lose a player, it just kind of takes from everybody else. You got to group up, got to close ranks, and just attack the next day and the next game. That's kind of where I've been focused. Yeah, you look at their numbers, and some of them are just Madden-like numbers. When you look at what they can do, and they keep going there in rhythm. So they've just done a tremendous job recruiting up there. Weapons all over the place, a number of weapons. So yeah, when they lost a couple, they gave some other great athletes opportunities, and they stepped up and took advantage of it for sure. Uh, when you get a guy that's played as many reps, he's not going to be rattled. He's seen pressure. He knows where to go with the ball to pressure every time. Um, he's creative enough to scramble and hit weapons. He knows who his playmakers are, so they're doing a good job of creating ways to get in Forrest's hands, but they got they just got players everywhere. So just game management is the biggest thing you get out of that. The guy that knows how to move the sticks, move the chains, and always a challenge. It's not like you can give them something you hadn't seen before. It just comes down to our execution against their execution. Bottom line.
We've gone against a lot of veteran quarterbacks. Their development, the defensive development, a lot of these guys. What does that help? Kind of the trends you're facing 4, 5, 6-year guys.
Yeah, it's kind of where we're at. I always want to see improvement on the things we do. It's not so much the opponent is just us grasping some concepts with the scheme, and trying to settle in on some guys that can grow from week to week. That's been the most frustrating thing to me, So, just this next game, I want to see that improvement. And if we get that improvement, then I tell them you're going to be amazed at how more opportunistic we are, and how much more we can get off the field. Some execution errors. It's really been us that we can take care of. We can get better at that. So, I'm trying to keep it in the small picture. What have we not done well? We've been atrocious on third down, and from what I'm used to, and it's my job to find the answers to that and get us and being opportunistic and do what we're supposed to do assignment-wise on some critical downs to get ourselves off the field.